manifest mastery.
Okay, what he said was man versus God, manifest mastery. Kind of esoteric, I guess, huh?
That one is fairly esoteric. Quite often, speech reversals adopt a metaphorical tone. That actually wasn't Stewart. That was a client.
That was a client. Okay. All right. Now here's another one coming up that, and I'm going to give the reverse so people can follow it better. In reverse, he says, they are near us. But here it is forward first.
It got dark. It was a very clear, bright, starry night. They are near us.
They are near us. They are near us.
That was pretty clear.
Yeah.
And he was making reference to, what, the crop circles, possibility of ETs?
Possibility of ETs or some otherworldly influence, yes.
Now, we move also into history where Rosa Parks, whom I interviewed a long time ago in Detroit.
Did you really?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. When I was
that
a young
must have
reporter.
been fascinating.
21 years old, Wayne.
I was surprised to discover that my history page is the most visited page on my website.
She changed the nation.
Yeah.
Refused to sit in the back of the bus. Inspiring figure in the civil rights movement. What she says in reverse here is, let a memory tell that. Here it goes.
I would like to be remembered as a person who wanted to be free and that wanted other people to be also free. Let a memory tell that. Let a memory tell that. Let a memory tell that.
Now, in that case, what she's saying is, this is what she said forward. She said, I would like to be remembered as a person who wanted to be free and that wanted other people to also be free. And then in reverse, she says, let a memory tell that. What do you think that meant?
It's completely congruent reversal. She's basically repeating what she's saying in forward. She would like to be remembered. Right.
Exactly. So not all reverse speech is the opposite of what they say. It could be in addition to what they're saying, but maybe they just don't want to say it, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yeah.
Next one we've got, of course, is Sir Winston Churchill. Very confident, had Great Britain through World War II. In reverse, he says, keep the law alive. Here you go.
None can compute what has been called the unestimated sum of human pain. Our supreme task and duty is to guard the homes of the common people from the horrors and miseries of another war. We are all agreed on that. Here below I. Here below I. Here below I.
Keep the law alive, is what he said. Pretty good statesman, I think. Harry S. Truman revealing the trepidation when announcing his decision to use the atomic bomb. In reverse said, sad bear's dilemma.
The world will note that the first atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima, a military base. We won the... Sad bear's dilemma. Sad bear's dilemma.
Now, when he said sad bear's dilemma, what was he talking about? The Soviet Union at the time? What do you think?
That's a possibility. I actually believed he was talking about himself, however. This was his dilemma. He had to make that decision.
When we come back after the break, we'll talk about Robert Kennedy, and we'll also take some of the phone calls with you. Wayne, it is a fascinating science. I guess, can we categorize it as a science?
I would. It's science and an art as well.
Indeed, it really is. Well, stay with us. We'll open up the phone lines. We're talking with Wayne Nicholson, expert in reverse speech, thehiddenlanguage.com. We'll have one more to play for you when we come back, and then we'll take your questions. We'll be back. Well, we're taking your calls for a reverse speech expert, Wayne Nicholson, in just a moment. Hey, join me for a special meet and greet aboard the Haunted Queen Mary, Long Beach, California. That'll be Sunday afternoon, January 25th. So it's coming up pretty quickly from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. More information on the Coast to Coast AM website. Click on the calendar section that you'll see there on the homepage, and then click Ghost Fest 3, Sunday, January 25th. Come on by and say hello. Wayne, when you say that you have clients with reverse speech, what does that mean? What do you have them as clients for?
People come to me for consultations in order to discuss issues about health, wealth, relationships, anxiety. Of course, right now, the big issue for most people is career and abundance.
And in reverse speech, you help them?
Oh, yeah. They'll discuss whatever issue that it is for a half hour or so.
Well, let's see. Here's an example. So, I don't know if you saw the movie Office Space, but I'm going to pull a line out of there as I talk with you about this. Guy goes to you and he wants a new career, right? Mm-hmm. And he's talking to you about it, and you're talking to him. I assume you're recording the session. Mm-hmm. But in reverse speech, he says, "I don't want to work anymore," which, by the way, was the line from that movie. Mm-hmm. What do you say to the guy? What do you say to him? You say, "You may want this job, but you just told me you don't want to work anymore." Is that what you tell them?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a reporter. My role is twofold. In the discussion, I'm fishing for reversals. I will prompt people. I will help them so that their forward language will produce speech reversals. Do they know, or are they aware of that true meaning? For example, in reverse speech, when he says, "I don't want to work anymore," does he really know that deep down inside that he doesn't want to work anymore? It's going to depend on the individual. I had a client not too long ago with a similar situation. He's a motivational speaker, an intelligent man, and he was talking about he wanted to beef up his production level, but he made the comment, "Of course I don't really care about the money that much." His speech reversal revealed that he certainly did care about the money. And because of that conscious belief that money wasn't important, that was holding him back.
That's
so
interesting.
By revealing the speech reversal and working with him, we were able to make his reverse speech more congruent so that it supported the desire to be financially independent.
Let's go to some phone calls. Florence, Oregon. Mark, you're on Coast to Coast. Hey, Mark.
Hey, how you doing, George?
Good. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, sir.
Now, in reverse speech, I'd say, "I'm glad you're on the show," or something like that.
Now, that kind of has to do with the question I wanted to ask Wayne, if I might understand that on a certain level, if there was reverse speech occurring. But I did have a suggestion for both of you guys, and by the way, thanks for bringing this really interesting subject to our attention again. It seems like a really freely available lie detector is one way that I view it. And that ties into my suggestion. Would it be possible, once the Obama administration gets into power, that, Wayne, that you could reverse speech some things that are said in speeches, perhaps publicly, by Mr. Obama and Mr. Biden, and perhaps one or two key congressional leaders who are making speeches around some, and there will be some controversial issues that are discussed before they're actually attempted to be legislated into law, kind of around that scenario, and we could kind of follow it as we go along and see, well, what are they really doing? Okay. I could absolutely do that. I've sort of laid off politics for a while. It's especially this year in politics, it has been such. People are either in one extreme or another. There doesn't seem to be much middle ground. So regardless of what I present, some people will be very happy, and other people are sending me nasty
very
emails.
Upset. Absolutely. Yeah, you can't win, but you can at least lay it right out there for us.
Right.
Yeah. My question to you, Wayne, is actually, do you suspect, or have you seen any evidence for, in any way, if one person is going through a reverse speech sentence or two, does the person whom they're talking to on a subconscious level, being as that reverse speech is being, as you say, generated from the subconscious of the speaker, can the person who is receiving what the person is saying, is listening to that on a subconscious level, actually pick up the reverse speech part of it in their subconscious and have some conscious reaction to it?
Absolutely. There are two levels of conversation going on between you and I right now.
Yes.
One is the conscious level that we're listening to.
Yes.
The other is